Whoopie pies are basically two muffin tops sandwiched in between icing. They're hard not to like. Well, I've taken pureed pumpkin and added that into my batter along with some spices for the ultimate fall festive treat. These are hard not to love. Hey guys, I'm Shereen with Cook This. First, to get started, we're going to sift our flour, cinnamon, some baking soda, and I'm just going to sift these, and then I'll add the salt right into the bowl. I actually cook with kosher salt. I don't use table salt when baking. Kosher salt works perfect, but it won't go through the sieve, so then I just dump it in. Just clean up my area. We're going to set this aside. We also need some nutmeg. I'm just going to put the nutmeg right in there as well. So freshly grated nutmeg, nothing better, and it will last so much longer for you as well. Okay, so our dry ingredients are good to go. We're just going to cream together the butter and sugar. So you want room temperature butter, so important. So when you know you're about to prepare this recipe, just make sure you just think ahead. You want your butter to be room temperature and your cream cheese. So we're using cream cheese later on for the icing. Just gonna crack my eggs. So you want 2 large eggs, again, room temperature, one at a time. Add them right in. So this batter comes together really quickly. Just make sure you scrape down periodically. Make sure everything is evenly combined. And 1 teaspoon of a good vanilla extract. So never cheat yourself. Always buy a good vanilla extract. And now I'm going to add the pureed pumpkin. So I have just canned pureed pumpkin. If you want to use fresh, you can just totally take a little baby 5-pound pumpkin, just cut it up into wedges and roast it until it gets nice and tender. Just scoop out that pulp and use that. So delicious. Great way to make your pumpkin pies as well. All right, so our mixture's on low. Here is a great tip when you're transferring your dry ingredients. Just take a piece of wax paper, add it right onto the wax paper in a, sort of like in a line. Now it's on low speed, and we're slowly just gonna add it right in. It doesn't make a mess, it's not gonna fly in your face, and by the time all the flour is evenly incorporated, it's pulled together, our batter's ready to go, and we haven't overworked it, so we get those nice, tender, and fluffy whoopie pies. All right, perfect. Our batter is ready to go. So I'm just gonna take a large cookie scoop, which is great to have around the holidays, and dollop right onto our prepared baking sheet. So you just wanna take your batter, level it off onto your cookie scoop. So 6 per baking sheet. So I'm gonna work 1 at a time, or you could totally just prepare 2 of your baking sheets. Line it with parchment paper or a Silpat. Today I have a Silpat. And then we're gonna bake it in a 375-degree oven for 10 to 12 minutes. So you just want to go ahead, clean out your bowl and your paddle attachment, and then I added room temperature cream cheese right into the bowl and confectionery sugar. 2 ingredients, that's it. This is our icing. Now you just want to mix it until it gets silky smooth. And just start off on low speed at first, just because you don't want to wear all the confectionery sugar. Once it pulls together, then just crank up the speed. Our cream cheese icing looks perfect, and this is so delicious paired with the pumpkin whoopie pies. Alrighty, so now what you can do here, we're gonna pipe this to make it a lot easier onto our little pies. You can take a large zipper bag, cut the corner, or I have a piping bag. You just want the round tip and just fold down your bag and then add your icing. That way when our little pies come out and they've cooled, we're ready to pipe them. You just want to push it all down so that way you don't get any air pockets. Oh, sounds like our whoopie pies are ready. These look amazing and they smell even better. It's going to be a good day in the Padalides house. My kids are going to be so excited when they come home from school. What a great treat. So you just want to take them off, and then on the flat side, place them onto a cooling rack. Let them cool completely. That way, when we pipe the filling on the inside, it's nice and cool. Now it's time to pipe them. So you just want to pipe the flat side, and a little bit of icing goes a long way. So just pipe the flat side and then sandwich. Come on, look at that. That looks yummy. So I think I'm gonna pack these in my kids' lunches, but I am hoping for a hug and a kiss when they return from school. Since they're in the teenage years, I don't get many hugs and kisses. You just want to pipe the rest of them. I mean, would you give me a hug and a kiss for that? These are so good. They're so tender. So I'm going to finish piping the rest of my whoopie pies. If you want this recipe, go to the newspaper's website. Check it out. And visit me on Facebook and Twitter for more culinary tips. I'm Shereen with Cook This. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week. They're so good. So tender. Just enough pumpkin and cinnamon. Yum.